So today I'm going to show you a grilled flatbread with a spicy white bean puree, sauteed oyster mushrooms, kale, and wild boar sausage. So the base of this pizza slash flatbread is a white bean puree, which I'm going to make with drained canned cannellini beans, some harissa for spice, fresh garlic, olive oil, and a little bit of water to thin it out. That'll be in place of our tomato sauce. So we will puree this all together. Adding a touch of water. And while this is running, I'll add the olive oil. Pinch of salt and pepper. Give this a scrape down and do it one more time. All right, so this is what I'm looking for, a nice white bean puree that will spread on a flatbread. So that component I'll set aside until we're ready to roll out and build our flatbread. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is saute some oyster mushrooms. So I like to do this in a cast iron pan for the ease of getting some great color and also some caramelized flavor. So I'm just going to go through and tear these. I've already went through and cleaned these a little bit and tear them right into the pan. So just enough not to crowd the pan. And I'm going to slowly roast these, and I'm going to work on my next component. A little salt and pepper. You could use shiitake mushrooms. I'm just trying to do something that's light and still flavorful. So medium high heat. I'm not going to stir it too much. I want to get some nice color. And another component will be this kale. Lacinato kale, also known as Tuscan kale or dinosaur kale. I've taken the stems off of it. So this is just going to be macerated with a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil. So this is a quick chiffonade. So since I'm going to be serving this pretty much raw, I'm going to give the flatbread a bake at the very end, but I like to add lemon juice. Olive oil. And a pinch of salt. I just kind of want to knead this into it so that the salt will start to break down the kale so it's not as tough. And the lemon juice will also act as a seasoning and kind of help to macerate the kale. So let's take a look at our flatbread. Basic recipe that I let rise once and then punched it down and then rise again with a damp towel over it. And let me just pull this aside and we're going to do a quick roll on this. So as I said, I've heated my grill. I'm doing a grill pan here, and you could do this on an outside grill on about medium-high heat. So I kind of want to pull it first, and then I'll do a roll. I'm looking at about 1/8 of an inch. All my components are ready here. I have my white bean puree, my kale, my onions, my mushrooms, and my wild boar sausage. I'm going to go ahead and rub a little bit of olive oil on our flatbread. And this is going to get cooked twice. I'm going to grill it, then make the topping, and then I can go ahead and pop it into the oven. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil on the backside. All right, it should take about 3 to 4 minutes per side. Okay, pizza flip. Now that's beautiful. It's exactly what it should look like. All right, just when it starts to bubble is when I know I'm going to take it off. I'll give it another minute here. So let's start with our white bean puree. So I like this. This is spicy from the harissa, pungent from the garlic. And I could use this as a dip for vegetables or kind of as a flavorful base for this flatbread. Some of these caramelized red onions. Oyster mushrooms. A little bit of our dinosaur kale. And a touch of wild boar sausage. I'm going to finish this with some pecorino. And adding some whole white beans to this flatbread before I pop it into the oven for another 8 minutes at 400 degrees. All right, exactly what it should look like. Give it a little bit of a finish with our cheese. And there you have it, our grilled flatbread with spicy white bean puree, sauteed oyster mushrooms, and lacinato kale. Enjoy.